And good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 3 of the 2023 European Open Junior and Sub-Junior Equipped Powerlifting Championships, coming to you from the beautiful city of Tisted in Denmark. I'm joined again in the commentary booth by Gary Williams. Welcome back, Gary.
Yeah, thanks, Martin. This is going to be an exciting day. We've got full field pretty much of the 105s, 120s and 120 pluses, which is really exciting because we don't often get a full field of the 120 pluses. And the heavyweights, we're going to see some massive weights shifted today. And of course, we've had some amazing champions in these weight classes in the juniors who've gone on to be open champions as well. I mean, we talk about Rubitz and people like that hold the world junior record set back in 2017. It still stands, and we're still a long way away from that record.
And we'll still be standing after today, we reckon.
Yeah, look at that world junior record at 433 kilograms.
Amazing. Well, we have two back-to-back flights for you this morning. First flight is the 105s in its entirety. Flight 2 will be the under and over 120s lifting together. The first lifter, as you can see, is ready to take the opening lift of the day. It's David Varnqvist from Sweden on the bar, 272.5 kilos. That looks lovely and deep for the first one of the day.
That's the toughest lift of the day, isn't it? First lift, first person.
Well, he got a yellow. Not sure what that was for. The coach looks quizzically. No, didn't see any yellow offences there, but it's a good lift, 2-1.
You see the coach there just having a chat with the referee, asking what it was for, so they can make sure they rectify that.
And Martin Husvar from Slovakia next, also 21 years of age, been competing for 5 years. As you can see, PB of 305 on the bar, 275 to open.
Yeah, he competed in this competition in 2019 in Czechia. Squatted 270 then. And he was competing in the 93s back then. He's up into the 105s now.
That look nice and solid.
Yeah, plenty of speed. He's got good levers.
Just waiting for the referees. And it is indeed 3 white lights.
290 kilos for Paul Beionariu.
Now, Paul Beionariu from Romania is next up, 22 years of age, 290 kilos on the bar.
Yeah, he's got plenty of international experience for such a young man as well. Europeans, World Championships, picked up medals at all of those. Incidentally, he picked up the gold medal in 2022. Very controlled. Did he sink it in enough?
Well, we wait for the referees and they say no.
Not deep enough.
We just were worried. As we said before, we hate calling lifts high and then the referees give 3 white lights. It's totally disrespectful for the lifter when they get their play back, but we were concerned about that one. With good reason, it turns out. So we've got Adam Karso from Denmark. Adam Engsig Karso, to give him his full title. 300 kilos on the bar, only 7.5 kilos below his personal best.
Yeah, this is last year in the juniors. I don't think I've seen him at a Europeans or World Championship before. It's a big opening lift.
Yeah, I think that was Justin.
Yeah, if I'm the centre referee, I think that's deep enough. Let's see what the side referees say. It is.
3 white lights,
He's
but
pretty
not
happy
by
about
much.
getting that opening
Yeah.
lift in.
Again, it was one where he's leaning forward and creating the illusion of depth, but it was just in. He went just deep enough. Now, Rozansky from Ukraine, 19 years old. I think that picture is 7 years old. 305 on the bar, 320 the personal best.
Yeah, it looks like his profile picture was taken when he was 12. Picked up a gold medal in the sub-juniors last year at the World Championships. Oh, that's a tough
Good
opener, isn't
battle,
it?
good battle, but it was perhaps harder than an opener should look. But I think it's good, yes, 3 wide lights. Yeah, a lot of the 19-year-olds coming into the juniors, having been regular medalists in the sub-juniors, find it a tough transition.
Yeah, you know, you move in from sub-junior to junior, you've got that sort of year or 2 years building up in that competition, getting to the top of that before you get into the opens, then you've got to work back up your way up the ladder again.
Now Martin Bach-Thompson from Denmark, 315 kilos. This is a new PB on his opener in front of his home crowd. Well, I think we had enough Danish drama yesterday afternoon to last us the whole week. So no more, please, no more.
He competed in the Opens in 2022 at the World Championships, ranked number 7. Incidentally, that's where he did his 312.5. Nice little drop in at the bottom there.
Nice little dip.
Love that technique.
Well, he got a red for depth. Someone didn't love it. But it's good enough.
Yeah, it's a really nice technique to get the most out of the wraps that you can.
Yeah, and of course the beauty of the little sub-lights now is we don't have to guess so much why the referee's given it. It's clear if it's a little red under a big red, it is for depth and so on and so forth. But this is Knut Einar Skar from Norway, 330 kilos to equal his personal best with his opener.
He's still got another year in the juniors and he's got plenty of experience. Interesting, back in 2019 he was competing in the under 83s.
Oh,
that
wow.
moves so quickly.
Now that's what an opener should look like. Well, not according to one of the referees, but I can't see how you can call that in depth. Let's look at it again. Sometimes the replay is kinder to the referee, but we're not seeing it.
And we'll have the replays back up online very shortly. A few little technical issues.
And we're into the second round. A reminder, at the end of the third round, we moved straight into the second flight, and this will be the only session of the day.
Yeah,
So
look, and it's going to be quick too because there's only 7 lifters in this group, 8 in the next group.
So 285.
That's a tough turnaround for these big guys.
It is. They want 12 and 12, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, the bigger the weight classes, the harder it becomes in the turnarounds. The recovery takes a bit longer. And
So 285 for Varnquist.
that's a good second lift. Good choice. Had to work a little bit, but still a little bit of room left to move.
And 3 wide lights.
I think probably maybe 295 for his third.
Just looking at it, yeah, the PB has moved. So this is Martin Huzvar from Slovakia. and he's taking 290 kilos for his second attempt, a jump of 15 kilos. Wraps are stiffer than the first time round. Tighter, I should say.
I think this is only his second European. He was in the 93s a few years back.
Well, he's only 97.18 now. He's not a full
Just in the
105 yet.
105s.
He'll grow into a full 105. Looks good.
Yeah, look, especially at his age, 21 years of age, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see him, you know, maybe even in the 120s,
Yeah,
under
he's
120s
tall,
later
yeah.
on.
He got one red light, but 2 whites is good. Now, this is the only lifter with a red light against him in the first round. Bayanario.
Yeah, he's got no issue with the strength here.
Just needs to go that little bit deeper.
Yeah, he's got plenty of Europeans and plenty of World Championship events under his belt. You know, he's probably been in this position before. Not going to bother him too much.
Well, it was certainly deeper than the first.
Was it
but
deep
was
enough?
it deep enough? Yeah. We asked the same question. And
Yes,
yes,
he's
it is.
convinced them.
3 white lights.
It's really important to come out with your opening lift and be really convincing on that opener. You don't want to come out for your second and have them looking extra closely.
No. Adam Engsig Karso from Denmark. On the bar, 310 kilos for a new personal best.
Sporting the big SBD belt. You put one of those on, you'll never want to take it off.
Well, he got called up. And it is 3 white lights and a new personal best.
He's super happy about that performance, isn't he?
Now, Dmytro Rozansky from Ukraine, 315 kilos to take him within 5 kilos of his personal best. As we said, a medalist in the sub-juniors, but now 19 years old and a full junior.
Yeah, he's competed in the 93s and the 105s as a sub-junior. So 93s back in 21. 105s last year at the Worlds. That was a fast drop in, wasn't it?
That was much faster than the first one, wasn't it?
I think it might have even been a little bit too fast, but he got the
Gets
depth
3
and he
wide
got to
line.
back up.
I just don't remember him doing that last time
I
round.
don't recall him dropping in that fast, but it worked for him. He got the most out of that equipment he could get.
Well, it was too fast for the slow motion replay, that's for sure. Bench shirt when it comes to it.
Yeah, not a chance to do that.
So David Varnquist, 290 kilos to add another 5 kilos to the PB he set in the second round. Oh, looks good.
Great lift selection there. Yeah, gets it on the board.
2-1.
And the Swedish team in the last several competitions of Worlds and Europeans, their lift selections have been absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, I was just going to say we were making the same comments yesterday about Dahlqvist, how the lift selections were spot on.
Yeah, when your coaching team can get that right, everything falls into place.
Bayanario.
for a nice little
300
personal best.
kilos. Yeah, got a little PB with his second round by 2.5 kilos. This is to add another 10. Remember, he opened in a PB, didn't get it, got it second time.
He's got to fight hard.
Oh, good fight. The camera angle, I can't form an opinion. It's good, 2-1. And next up, we got Martin Hosvar. And I think this platform crew are so good, the lifters are going to be thinking they're a little bit too good.
Yeah, look, I mean, when you've got a big field, it's great for the lifters, you know, they're so fast. But when you've got a small field like this, a quick platform crew, just adds that extra element. That's an extra thing the coaches have got to think about too, especially when you get down to deadlifts. The coaches are really going to be rethinking their lift selection, going to plan B and plan C possibly.
This is Martin Hosvar, and one of the many things a coach has to factor in that you wouldn't immediately think of. So this to equal his PB, 305 kilos. He's nodding his head when he's halfway
head up there.
And he was right, 3 wide lights.
Yeah, you've really got to come into a competition with a plan A, a plan B, plan C, and sometimes even a plan D.
Now we come into squad medal territory. This is Adam Karso from Denmark, 317 for a 10 kilo PB and what he came in with. This to move, as you can see in the screen, into the bronze medal position with a lifter to follow, of course, who could push him out again. That will be Rozansky from Ukraine, who will be next up. So the next 2 lifts are the battle for bronze.
Well, he's doing his job, and it might pay off.
Karso has to make this, otherwise bronze goes to Ukraine. So this is to ask the question.
Strong standing
And the
out
question, I suspect, has been well and truly asked. Yes, it has. 3 wide lights. And Rozansky will come straight back at him with 3-2-2.5. And this will give him the bronze medal. Gold and silver already settled. The top 2, it's all about harvesting kilos for that total. But this is for the bronze medal for Dmytro Rozansky from Ukraine.
He's a tall young lifter, isn't he? Only 19 years of age as well. He's got such a long career ahead of him. Oh, he's got the fight.
Oh, wow.
Did the bar dip low.
It wasn't as fast as the second one, but it was still quite fast. He gets it. 2-1. Got a blue from the center referee, which would suggest either downward movement or a soft knee. We're not going to see the replay. Instead, this is the silver medalist, trying to add another 7.5 kilos to his total. This is for 335. His PB coming in 312.5 kilos. Yeah, I'm not entirely surprised by that.
And the blue card was actually for a downward movement of the bar.
So the bronze medal goes to Karso from Denmark.
Not bad, and I'm pretty sure this is his first European Championship. Not a bad way to open your international
and this
career.
is the silver medalist, also from Denmark. Oh,
Nice
yes.
dip in.
I
That
thought he
from
hadn't
here,
made it, and then he dipped.
From the front, that looks spot on the
Yeah.
money. And
Three
it
white
is.
lights. Now, finally, and remember, we move straight on to the under and over 120s who will be lifting in the same flight. But finally, this is the gold medalist in squat. This is the overwhelming favourite to be European champion. This is Knut Einar Skar from Norway.
I'll tell you what, if he had an extra pancake for breakfast this morning, he wouldn't have made weight because he weighed in at 104.98. I bet his coach was sweating on that one.
Or he had the pancake but no jam.
Nothing but an Oreo cookie there.
I'm willing to bet he weighs slightly more than 105 as he takes the bar, but that's the nature of the game. Make the weight, then rehydrate and energize. Oh, that looked good. That looked easy.
362 and a
That
half.
looked better than some openers. And that is 3 wide lights. And Knut Einar Skar is the squat gold medalist. And we move straight to the under and over 120s. The final two classes of juniors at this year's championships. And it's Dmytro Vovchuk from Ukraine who is first up. Personal best of 300 kilos, as you see on the screen. On the bar, 280.
Yeah, just 20 years of age.
And this will fly past as well. There's only 8 of them in the flight.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for these guys. This young man is already a European sub-junior champion, world sub-junior champion, or bronze medal at the world, sorry.
And he's in the 120 plus, if we ever forget to say.
And he ranked number 5 at the World Championships, the juniors last year. Last year. Oh, he's strong, isn't he?
Wow.
That looked more like a warm-up.
Certainly does. Now Lysenko from Ukraine is next in the under 120s. Alexei Lysenko, 285 kilos.
Get ready. Bars loaded. Alexei Lysenko, Ukraine.
He's only just in the 120s and he weighed in at 108 today. Got some growing room to do.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, 2 of the under 120s could probably have made the 105s with a push. I guess it's good to let juniors lift more or less at their natural weight, particularly when there's a wealth of talent across the weight classes.
Look, as they're coming through sub-junior and junior, you'll see, especially with the guys, you'll see them change weight classes over several years as they grow into their natural weight class.
Now Simon Kral from Czechia in the 120 plus is up next. On the bar, 300 kilos. Weighing in at a not insubstantial 137.73 kilos. But he carries the weight well, doesn't he?
Lads, aren't they?
He's just a naturally big lad.
Towering over everyone out there on the platform.
going to be a good battle for silver medal here. If all goes to plan, the gold will go to Germany. That'll be done and dusted. But there's going to be a close battle behind that. Now, Justesen from Denmark, Lasse Justesen, 310 kilos on the bar. In the under 120s.
Yeah, last year in the juniors as well.
Weighing in at just under 115 kilos, well within the weight. Only Plaskonis is close to 120 here.
So he didn't total at the Europeans last year. Failed to register a bench press, so we wanted to improve on that.
Especially in front of his home crowd.
These guys are pretty big. They're trying to get as much rest time as they can between lifts. And they're trying to time, how many lifters do I have to wait before I wrap up? And sometimes in this first opening round, you're still trying to figure that out a little bit.
And you don't want to wear these wraps for a second more than you have to.
You don't want to be hanging around for 2 or 3 minutes in the wraps. You want to be trying to time it. So it's a few seconds before they call bar loaded, you're ready to go.
That looks nice. And 3 wide lights. Now Mark Dolzenko from Ukraine. In the unders, 330 kilos on the bar. And this is the overwhelming favorite in the under 120s.
Yeah, look,
his prognosis is close to 80 kilos ahead of second place.
Yeah, if he can just come out and do his job and be consistent, they won't be catching him today.
And of course, the important word there is if. Dip that in nicely. Brought it up nice and strong. 3 wide lights. And that's the end of the first round. We told you this would go past quickly.
Oh no, we've got one more lifter.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, the screen jumped. Yeah. One more, and it's Tashner, of course, the overwhelming favorite in the 120 plus, taking 360. I mean, the difference between his prognosis and Kral's is it's ridiculous.
Weighed in at a massive
170 kilos difference in prognosis. And he's another big guy.
21 years old, he's already got a personal best total of 1,000 kilos.
But he carries the weight well.
Well, from where I'm sitting, that looks good.
Came up really well.
Did he? Yeah, gets the 3 whites.
And now we can say with some certainty it's the end of the first round in flight 2.
Now this is where timing of the wraps gets really tough for these guys because they're trying to suck in as much air as they can, get as much rest as they can before they have to start wrapping again.
We can see that Scar leads in the 105s. He is the gold medalist, and after one round in the unders, Dolzenko leads, and Tashner leads in the 120 plus. And this is Vovchok, 300 kilos. What a classic competition, 300 kilos as a junior, and you're 4th out of 4.
And look at his age, 20 years of age. I mean, he's really only been in the juniors for a couple of years now. And he's putting the pressure on.
Well, this puts him level with Kral, but Kral is about to make a 30 kilo jump. This is 120 plus class, of course. No.
Oh, just got out balance there.
Oh, like he'd done all the hard work and just lost balance forward.
He was a bit quicker into the bottom than his opening squat, and I think it just threw him off balance a little bit. You can see in the replay, he drops in pretty quickly there, and his left knee just shoots forward.
Now, Alexei Lysenko from Ukraine in the under 120s comes out to take 305 kilos, to take him within 10 kilos of his personal best.
I think that should be a good lift. It is.
And that puts him within 5 kilos of Eustason, but of course Eustason has still to take his second round attempt.
Well, we always talk about this in equipped lifting, is you've just got to chip away, you've got to come out and play your game, play your plan, and don't get caught up in that emotion.
Philip Parage, 322.5 to take him within 2.5 kilos of his PB. First one was really strong, came up really well.
He's looking really good today. You know, he's on the lighter side for a 120 plus lifter, and he weighed in at 123. Just sunk it a bit too deep, I think.
And the head just seemed to go forward, and
yeah, it looks like he just
the body
sunk it a
follows
bit deeper
the
than
head.
expected. Maybe to tighten those wraps a little bit more. Yeah, there was nothing in those wraps.
No.
Just tighten those up a little bit to be fine.
Now, Lasse Justesen, Denmark, 325 kilos. Well, 310 was a big PB. 325 is going somewhere completely different, and it's just the second round.
There's some big, big numbers. A smooth squat, isn't it?
Yeah, it looked good. And 3 wide lights.
That's smooth technique, isn't it?
Now, Simon Kral from Czechia, 330 kilos in the overs for a new PB by 5 kilos. That missed second lift by Parage has given Kral perhaps a slight edge.
Yeah, it gives it a bit of an opportunity. I mean, if he can get this one on the board. Yeah, some
prognosis had Parage at second, and now it has Kral at second. It's going to be very close. This is a 30 kilo jump, of course. And 30 kilo jumps will make a difference to prognosis, whatever class it is. Oh, I thought he lost that to one side.
He's got a bit of a shaky squat. Gets one red light. But I think that sort of lateral movement he gets has a lot to do with his height. He's extremely tall.
Now Plaskonis from Slovakia. He's gone up from 312.5 to 332.5.
Not unusual in these bigger weight classes to see some bigger jumps. We talk about percentage of body weight.
Blasconis in the under 120s.
332.5. An idea, the champions that have come before through the juniors, the world record sits at well above 400. Let's wait for the referees on that one, I think. And it is a tie.
Our silence was telling, I think. My initial impression was it was high.
Yeah, cut that a bit short there.
Then Tuxner and Voucher. Get ready. Bar is loaded.
Now Mark Dolzenko, Ukraine is taking it up from 330 to 350 in the under 120 class.
Yeah, well, his opener was outstanding.
Well, prognosis basically says get 1 squat, 1 bench, 1 deadlift in and you're the champion, and he's done 1/3 of that already. Whatever happens from here on, but he didn't look anywhere near his limit with his opener, did he? And this is 350, still 10 kilos short of his personal best.
Well, he's having to work now.
Looks good though.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a problem with it. It's not.
What's the strategy, Gary, if you're so far ahead of the rest? Do you chase the big number, or do you chase the win and conserve yourself for other competitions further
it's a
down
really
the
tough
line?
call, and you've got to sort of think about what competitions he's got coming up next as well. You know, if he's got no competitions for the next 3 months, then this is a good opportunity to, you know, achieve some personal goals, push some boundaries a little bit, maybe get a better PB on your total. If you've got a competition within the next 3 months, you want to conserve a little bit, because the recovery time from a competition like this, you really are talking about 3 months. You know, you finish here, you have maybe a week, 2 weeks away from training to recover a little bit better, back into training, resetting the clock, and training and recovering, getting ready for that next one.
Because of course it's not just this competition, it's the whole peaking process to this competition. Now this is Tashna. I'm talking about prognosis having you well in the lead. Well, this guy as well. Just 1 bench and 1 deadlift now. He's the champion. Oh, how strong was that?
Yeah, look, he's got a personal best total of 1,000 kilos. I'll bet that he'll go 1,050 today.
Well, his prognosis is already to 980.
Yeah, I think he'll go one.
You know, based on
he'll
2
go
squats
150.
and openers, and yeah, I think we can see him going over 1,000 today for sure. And just a summary, in the unders, Dolzenko leads at the end of 2 rounds, and in the overs, as you've just seen, Tashner leads with 375 kilos. Well, Bobchuk missed 300 last time. He's taken 305. He just lost a bit of balance.
Yeah, just
fell
needs to
forward
control,
into the racks.
Just needs to control that descent a bit more. Just dropped in a little bit too quick. Shot the knee forward.
This is for a new PB. PB currently 300.
Well, I think the coach has made a good choice here, putting 305, that extra 5 kilos. It's enough not to notice it too much for him, but it's enough to slow him down a little bit, to make him think about it.
And look at who the coach is.
I don't think I've ever been to a competition and not seen him there. And you see how much that slowed him down there. He didn't speed into it too much.
And 3 white lights. Good call by the coach, good spot by the commentator. Now, Alexei Lysenko in the under 120s, 320 on the bar. This would be a 5 kilo PB as well.
Power slowly for Alexei Lysenko, Ukraine. Bronze medal squat attempt.
And the under 120s, of course.
Yeah, you can see his standard progression there for an under 120 lifter. 285, add 20 kilos, go 305, add 15 kilos, go 320. It's a pretty standard sort of progression at this age in that weight class. Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
think it
really
was
had to
spot on the
work.
money.
Yeah. Any less, he would have given away kilos. Any
Yep.
more, he might not have brought it back up.
Spot on with the selection there.
Now, Philip Parage. Well, you thought his wraps were too loose last time, didn't you, Gary?
Yeah, look, it just seemed like he dropped straight into it and didn't get any resistance out of those wraps at all. And, you know, in equipped lifting, when you've got that much weight, you need that little bit of resistance to slow you down at the bottom, to tell you where the depth is. And if they're not tight enough, you will just drop into it. And they look a lot tighter this time. And they've shortened the wrap a little bit as well.
So, Philip Parage. He's in third place.
It's not going to change that.
Whatever, but he's looking towards totals. But Kral has made huge jumps and just made a nonsense of the opening prognosis. Oh, much better.
Yeah, you can see the difference there.
And 3 white lights. And isn't it amazing how you can go from complete failure to making it look easy?
Yeah, completely different lift in that one, wasn't it?
Now Lasse Justesen from Denmark, 330. Now remember, his PB coming in was 295.
It's nothing like adding 35 kilos to your best lift, is there?
Last year, as a junior, lifting in front of his own crowd,
yeah, look,
and having a PB fest.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him total close to 800 today. Especially, you know, a home crowd advantage.
Strong.
Yeah, another good selection there.
Only gets 2 whites, but that's good enough.
Yeah, he gets 1 red from the from the center referee, which we're not going to see that angle.
It was maybe closer to the border than
Yeah,
we
and
thought
of
on
course,
first
you know,
viewing.
your side
Different
referees have a
angles give
different
you
view.
different things. Now Plaskonis missed 332.5 last time, taking the same weight again.
If he gets this, it'll push him up into the silver medal for squat.
Yeah, with no one to come back at him. He's currently 4th place as a result of his missed second round attempt, but this is for silver. And it's a 10 kilo personal best.
Oh, he's just a little bit too much through the middle there.
No. Not to be today.
He gave it a good grind, but
I'm
just
not
enough.
sure if he took it down quite deep enough either, but that's
Yeah, it looked like he
neither
cut it a
here or
bit
there
short.
now.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
cut it shy. Didn't get a lot of speed there.
Now Simon Kral, look at the jumps he's made, Gary. You were talking about a typical jump. Well, that's not a typical jump.
Yeah,
is it?
that's, you know, I mean, in these weight classes, we see the guys take jumps, and some of them train for big jumps as well. I mean, I've worked with guys in the past on deadlift that would train for 40 kilo jumps. It's just the way their bodies work.
In the 120 plus, the silver medalist in squat, looking to add another 20 kilos to his total. His PB coming in was 325. No,
No, I just shifted
too
forward there.
lopsided as well, wasn't it?
Thank you, spotters
No,
and
just couldn't quite get that one in position.
So, 360 kilos for
Now
Dolchenko,
2 lifters to go,
and
and then we go to
Ready,
10-minute break. I told you it would be over
It
quickly,
is moving fast.
and it's so entertaining as well.
These guys will be struggling to catch their breath out there.
It's Mark Dolzenko from Ukraine, the gold medalist in squat in the under 120s, and he will take 360, and that will equal his personal best.
bar is loaded for Mark Dolchenko, Ukraine. Kilos on bar. Давай, Mark.
He is one solid lifter, isn't he?
Certainly is. And only 110 kilos in bits. And well on his way to becoming European champion. His third and final score to equal his PB. Oh, he had to work, but that's good.
Great choice there.
And 3 white lights. And 1 more lift.
Hey, if you can go 3 from 3 in any lift, in equipped lifting, you're doing well.
And the last one up is Tashner, and he will be going 3-8-5.
Bar is loaded. Moritz Dachner, Germany.
That is a monster lift, isn't it? 385 kilos. Well above his best lift of 367 and a half. I'm going to call it now. He's going to total 1050 today.
Well, this would put his prognosis to 990.
So strong, isn't he?
How
Just
good was that?
Enormous power production.
And I've never seen him lift before.
He is just absolutely phenomenal. He's
Well,
out
they
of this
say he's
world.
been competing for 5 years. I don't remember seeing.
He is out of this world, isn't he?
Well, that's a fantastic squat session. Just a reminder of where we are. If we go back to the 105s, the gold medalist was Knut Einar Skar from Norway with 362.5. As you've just seen in the under 120s, Mark Dolzenko from Ukraine takes the gold with 360 kilos. And in the 120 plus, with that fantastic lift of 385 kilos, the gold medalist in squat is Tashner from Germany. We'll go to a short break. The clock's ticking down towards 9 minutes. Join us again for the bench press. And welcome back to Teestead. You join us just as the bench press is about to get underway. We promised it would be a quick turnaround, and it certainly was that on the squats. And bench press is about to get underway. The clock ticks down towards 0, and the first out will be Martin Huzvar from Slovakia. A reminder that we have 2 flights back to back. Flight 1 is the under 105s. Flight 2 is the under and over 120s. And this is the last session of junior competition at this year's championships. $167.5 kilos on the bar.
Yeah, he's got a best lift of 175. Oh, that was a great opener.
Yeah, very strong back up. Quite an easy touch.
Yeah, they had that shirt dialed in absolutely perfectly for that opening lift.
And as we were talking about yesterday, no belt, and I don't know how they do that.
Yeah, I mean, you see a bit of a mixture. I mean, generally, most people are wearing a belt on the equipped bench primarily to keep their shirt down and keep that shirt in a place. I know for myself, I'm not wearing a belt, that shirt rides right up into my neck.
Well, it almost chokes you apart from losing efficiency. But this is Rosansky, and he's taking 180 kilos, only 2.5 kilos below his personal best. 19-year-old from Ukraine, been competing for 7 years. First year in the juniors.
Yeah, he's picked up gold medals in the sub-juniors at Worlds.
Oh wow, how fast was that? And that's within 2.5 kilos of his PB.
Yeah, and his PB is, I think, a little bit out of date there because he did actually, 182.5. He set that last year. So he's progressed a lot since then.
But that was fast. Now, Adam Engsig Karso from Denmark, 195 kilos on the bar, 7.5 kilos below his personal best.
You can see he's wearing a specialised bench belt, so it's a much narrower belt.
As we were saying, it's not to be supportive, it's simply to hold the bench shirt in place.
Hold that shirt in position. Without a belt, that shirt wants to ride up. Remember, that shirt is tight, you're looking to build potential energy, so it wants to shift out of that position.
Oh, great bench again.
Nice quick press call. I mean, if you can get that bar down to the chest, get it to steady and stop, you'll get a quick press call.
The biggest compliment I can pay is that almost looked like a classic bench. No problem touching it.
Yeah,
Flew back up. Now the other Danish lifter, Martin Bak Thomsen. Just a reminder, if you are joining us late, we've seen an excellent squat competition. Nobody has left, everyone is still in. We have 2 back-to-back flights. There are 7 lifters in the 105s, which is the first flight with a very quick turnaround. In the second flight, we got 4 under 120s, 4 over 120s, making 8 in total. That turns around pretty quickly as well. Makes it difficult, particularly if you wanted to change a bench shirt. The turnaround time is so short. So this is Thompson, 230 on the bar, 7.5 kilo PB with his opener. Oh, that was strong.
Yeah, it was
because
a tough opener though, wasn't
the
it?
bit where the shirt stops helping, it kept moving. I mean, clearly the strength is there. I think there's more to come if they can get the shirt right. But they didn't pop enough. But look at the strength once the shirt stopped helping.
Yeah, he just keeps on driving.
Amazing. Now, Knut Einar Skar from Norway. Well, as we said earlier, but if you weren't here earlier, we'll say it again. Really the overwhelming favourite in the 105s. needs to get one bench and one deadlift, and we can't realistically see anyone catching him. But we've seen unopposed lifters earlier in the week go out, unopposed rather, lifters go out because they didn't get a bench in. This is important. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it should be a good lift, I think. It is.
Well, his PB was 212.5, and that was 230. And it looked easy. Now, David Varnquist, 232.5. He was out first in the squat. He's certainly not out first
Yeah, he's got
in the bench.
quite a significant bench on him, that's for sure.
Well, his PB is 215. He's opening on 232.5.
I'm just looking at his nominations. I think he's benching more than his opening deadlift.
There's someone sitting quite close to you that used to do that. Oh, wow.
Again, with great, look at the lift selections. Look at the Swedish team have just, for the last several years, have just been spot on with those lift selections.
Now, Bejanariu from Romania. Well, we know about Romanian bench pressers.
Yeah.
Here's another one, and again, no belt. His PB is 250. And it's
Gets the
3
white lights.
white lights. And we're into the second round already. Now this is Martin Husvar.
Yeah, have you even had time to recover from your first bench?
Well, it seems like 2 minutes. I was announcing his first lift. And here he is again to equal his personal best. And really that's all you can do at one of these competitions. What others do is out of your control, but if you lift as much or more than you've ever done before.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do. And you want to avoid getting caught up in that emotion and, and the excitement of the day and the adrenaline and pushing yourself further than you should. It's plenty of speed off the chest.
He shakes his head. I think he knows there was downward movement.
Yeah, he gets...
and probably butt off the bench as well.
Yeah, 2 yellows from the side ref, which would suggest butt lift. Blue from the centre ref, which would suggest downward movement.
Well, we'll see the downward movement here. And I think he shook his own head. There it was.
Yeah.
And he knew, and you can see it. If ever the referees needed validation.
You don't want to tell the referee to give you a red light.
Now Rozansky, 190 on the bar. This will be a new personal best by 7.5 kilos. And 3 white lights. Just looking at the replay. Oh, a little bit of daylight there.
Yeah,
Not much, not for long. And of course, there was 3 whites,
And I
so
think it was really the rear part. I think most of his
yeah.
guys actually stayed on the bench there.
Now Carso, 200 kilos to get within 2.5 kilos of his personal best.
200 kilos, of course, that is one of those powerlifting milestones that everyone wants to get to. There's a few of those.
It looks good.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. He comes down and the bar tends to rotate and twist a little bit. And it could just be the way the shirt is set.
Another deadlifter, Martin Thompson, loading 240 kilos. Martin, start, get ready.
Now Martin Bak Thompson, also of Denmark, well, 240 kilos. The 230 was a 7.5 kilo PB, and he made it look easy. And now he's adding another 10 kilos. That shirt is ramped well down.
Yeah, they've got that pulled down. I don't think he can get it much further down than that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he handled that really well. That was an
Great
easy
lift.
240. 3 whites. He was a little bit hesitant at the start there. I'm not sure if he heard the command, and you could hear the coach call that from the side. Yet we started.
David Barnquist, 242.5 kilos. What was his PB coming in? 215.
So I think he's pretty solidly set in the bronze medal position for the moment in the bench.
Yeah, he's going to get a... yeah. Oh, great lift.
Yeah, and there's the great thing about that lift was you can see there's still quite a bit of room to adjust that shirt down a little bit more and tighten it up a little bit. So I'd say you'll see him come out for his next lift. The shirt will be down a bit further.
And Knut Einar Skar, 242.5. This will put him into silver medal position in the bench on body weight.
Yeah, wants to get this one on the board to put
remember,
himself in the medal
he's
contention.
104.98. He's not going to win any body weight battles today, is he?
He won the weigh in.
Well, I get the impression his feet are touching the bench.
Well, I don't know if they're touching because it's pretty hard to see from that angle.
It's very close. Gets one blue, which would normally be downward movement at a soft elbow. No, they're not touching. They're very close, but they're not touching.
They're extremely close.
I didn't see any downward movement either. Maybe the far elbow was slightly soft. We can't see from the replay. But well, this was the leader at the end of the first round. He's been in bench press. He's been pushed down to 4th, and this is to retake the lead with 247.5.
Just a smidge under his personal best.
Charlie locked it out well
Good
and
leg.
gets 3 wide lights.
And we start the third round. There is no
And,
attempts
well, we're
now.
through 2 rounds already. It's flying by.
No attempts.
I would not like to be competing
The
in this
name
session.
Martin Husvar came up and I thought, no, he's already lifted in this round. But no, we're into the 3rd rounds. And just a reminder that Bejanariu leads with 247.5. And this is Husvar. He missed 175 last time. Taking it again, this would equal his personal best. His best at the moment is 167.5. Well, that's better. He didn't shake his head to tell the
Yeah, he
referees
didn't-
he'd done something wrong this time.
He didn't tell the referees to red
No.
light him this time.
He got 1 anyway from the referee from Austria, presumably for the butt coming off the bench.
Carousel, Warquist, get ready, your bar is loaded. Dimitra Rotsansky, you're great.
Yeah, I think from the side, one of the side referees it might have appeared that way.
That was very diplomatic. Now Rosansky, 195. PB coming in was 182.5.
Ooh, just
no.
couldn't find the touch there.
Thank you, spotters.
That's a perfect example of the shirt wanting to find the path of least resistance.
205 kilos.
And you can see it just allows him to get offline and then it just falls back. And if you're in a
Adam-
quick bencher, that's going to happen to you
Yeah.
multiple times.
Adam Ensig Karso from Denmark, 205 kilos for a 2.5 kilo personal best. And again, the home crowd makes a big noise for their own lifter. Got a good crowd today, actually,
Yeah,
for the final junior session.
the stands are filling up.
No, he's going to get
I think
blues,
it's
I'm
dipped.
afraid. He's going to get blues. He locked it out under his own. Well, he gets it. He gets it.
I don't think the jury's going to agree with that, though. I have a feeling we're going to see an overrule from the jury here.
But in the meantime, Varnqvist from Sweden. David Varnqvist, 247.5.
Yeah, there's
And
an overrule
as
from the
you
jury.
said, that jury is overruled. Looks like it's sponsored by Pepsi Cola, doesn't it?
with the blue tack in there. The Pepsi Cola jury button.
Other carbonated drinks are also available. Varnqvist, 247.5 against an incoming PB of 215, and I think this is just the right call. As you said, shirt down a little bit more, bit more pop off the chest, and he's just going to have to fight to the lockout.
Yeah, I mean 242.5 was right on the edge. Adjust the shirt, put on an extra few kilos. And they got that shirt absolutely perfect there. Not so tight that he had to fight for the touch, but tight enough to get the pop off. And that's a mistake that often happens in your third. You tighten that shirt too much, and it's just too hard to find the chest.
And you use up all your energy looking for the touch and all your mental focus.
Yep, and then you get the press command and there's nothing left in the
Now
tank.
Thompson from Denmark, 247.5 against an incoming PB of 222.5. If he gets this, he'll have PB'd on all 3 lifts.
And it will temporarily roll him up into the gold medal position for bench with 2 lifters to come.
Yeah, he was out of the medals.
Yeah, this will put
This
him
will
back in.
guarantee him a bronze and possibly a lot better. But he has to make this to get into the medals.
Keep it going. He's
Oh,
got it
wow,
there.
what a great
I
lift.
think he's got it. He has. Puts himself temporarily into the gold, guarantees himself a bronze.
Bejanariu, 250 kilos. And this is for bench press gold because he is lighter than Scar, who will follow him.
Gold medal attempt in bench press.
So this for gold. I think it's good.
He got it to the top. It looks okay from where we're sitting.
I just worry when you see the stop, a referee is going to call downward motion.
From a side referee, I mean, that end dips, it looks like a full bar movement. Yeah, and was one end looked like it dipped a little bit as he pushed up the other side faster.
And the jury is
it's been
overruled.
So that is a no lift.
So this is Scar. Well, they've got him 4th to 1st, but I think 4th was before the overrule. So he is in the medals.
So at the moment, Thompson is sitting in the gold medal position on the bench.
With only Scar to go.
He was out of the medals.
Varnquist is 3rd.
He's now guaranteed himself a silver, I think, has he?
Well,
on body weight.
Yeah, this is for the gold. Thompson is guaranteed silver. Well, he fought that up to the top. Again, we have to wait for the referees. And he gets a yellow. But it's 2 white lights, and that is the end of the 105s. Let's, I'd have preferred the other replay.
Yeah, we won't see from that side.
No obvious butt off the bench unless it had happened before we split, and we move straight on to the second flight, which is the under and over 120s. First out is Philippe Farage, Luxembourg, 180 kilos on the bar. 10 kilos below his personal best.
Oh, it came down quick, didn't it? Came up quick as well.
I think that short's going to go down a little bit, and I think we're going to see a new PB today, because that was only 10 kilos below, and that was so easy.
Looked like he was wearing a t-shirt. Look at it, rocket.
A Titan t-shirt. Now this is Simon Kral, also in the 120 plus, also taking 180 kilos. I can't believe how quickly that 105 bench went by, and you've got to feel for some of the guys with that pace.
Yeah, look, and even for these guys, the 120s and 120 pluses, you know, it was a pretty rapid warm-up period for them as well. I mean, they would have come off from the squat, no time to rest, straight into warm-up. Yeah, struggled to find the chest there. Handled it really well, though.
So smooth coming back.
Yeah, it almost looked like when he was finding the chest that it dipped forward, but it didn't seem to bother him in any way.
Blaskonis from Slovakia in the under 120s, opens in 200 kilos.
Bar is loaded. Dominic Lasconi, Slovakia.
Oh, looks easy.
Yeah, very, very good.
Same way for Lasse Justesen.
Lasse Justesen from Denmark up next, also on 200 kilos and also in the under 120s.
Lasse Justesen, Denmark.
And just looking ahead, Gary, as in the squat and the 120 plus, Taschner from Germany is a country mile ahead of the rest of the opposition.
And I just jumped onto openpowerlifting.org and had a look at some background for Taschner. And yeah, he's been competing in Germany dating back to 2017 with a lot of success.
Oh, it's a good lift. That's Justesen, 3 white lights.
But for Taschner, I think this is his first European. A lot of success in German nationals and competitions in Germany.
Maybe he doesn't like traveling, and Denmark has a border with Germany.
It came to this one, it was a bit closer.
Now this is Bobchuk in the 120 plus. 215 kilos, as you can see, for his opening attempt. 2.5 kilos below his personal best. Referees today from Finland, Austria and Romania. Technical controller from Finland.
They've got that shirt pretty well jacked. See a little bit of a pull in the sleeves there. It's another little adjustment technique. Oh, look at that.
And that was only 2.5 kilos below his personal best. Very confident walk off the platform.
Yeah.
Now Lysenko, also from Ukraine, but in the under 120s.
225 kilos, well shy of his best bench. Finds the touch nicely.
Had to work through the midpoint, but good bench.
Yeah, just a bit of a stall out there, wasn't it?
Well, got called for downward movement, presumably by the side referee from Austria.
Yeah, and remember, the side referee can't really see the whole bar, so when one end dips, it looks like it's a whole bar movement.
And as you said, that's why we have 3. Because he can only press on the basis of what he sees. Now, this is Dolzenko. Also in the under 120s, 250 kilos. And he is the runaway favorite for this title. Needs to get a bench opener in, needs to get a deadlift opener in, and I think we can hang the medal round his neck.
Okay, and that should be the focus here for this opening lift for him. Nothing crazy. You can see he's 12.5 kilos, well below his best lift. As long as they've got the shirt dialed in.
Seems quite high. No.
Just,
No.
and I think you called it there, and he really was seeming to be touching quite high. So he's already in that backward position when he presses, and that's thrown him back even further.
And now all the doubts set in.
Yeah, this is where it becomes a little bit more anxious and stressful for the lifter. I mean, you're on fire, you're the clear favourite by a long shot, you've missed your opener, and now you know you've only got 2 shots left at this.
And now Mr. Tashner.
Yeah, so he set this 1,000 kilo per total this year at the Dutch Championships, I think, in the juniors.
At the Dutch or at the German?
In Germany.
I was going to say maybe he does travel. This is Moritz Tashner, Germany, 275 kilos to equal his PB with his opening attempt.
Oh, tough on that right side.
Well, it wasn't easy. I think it's good.
He had a long way to move
But
that
the
bar,
question
didn't
is,
he?
how much more has he got? Having said that, he'll probably make a couple of adjustments, come out next time, and it'll fly. But that was harder than I expected. Look at the battle.
Yeah, well, that 275, that was equal to his bench earlier this year.
And at the end of the first round, we can see that Lysenko leads the 120s. Dolzenko still to register a lift, and Tashner leads the 120 plus. Now Philippe Parage, 187.5. Well, the first one flew up. This one is within 2.5 kilos of his personal best. I think I said Philippe because of the way it's spelled. It's actually Philip.
Yeah, good choice there. A little bit of extra work, but still plenty of room left to move.
Maybe 192.5 third, do you think?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good selection.
Now Simon Kral, 202.5. His PB coming in was 167.5.
He's absolutely destroyed that.
He's also destroyed the prognosis, because Parage was actually in second place in prognosis, but the jumps this guy is taking are just making a complete nonsense of it.
22.5 kilo jump on bench. Even in equipped, that's still a big jump. Oh, he had to fight for it, didn't he?
He certainly did. Did he get it? He did. 2-1. Blue
Again,
from
a
the
blue card.
referee on the far side this time, from Romania. Presumably for downward movement. It would be that or a soft elbow. Really struggled for the touch. Yeah, I think there was downward movement there. It was only marginal, but... Now Plaskonis from Slovakia, jumping 15 kilos from 200 to 215. Still well below his personal
Yeah, he's
best.
still got plenty of room to move there. Stay with it. Can he lock? He cannot
Shorts
lock
too
it.
loose. The touch was too easy.
Yeah, he just landed that straight to his chest without any real resistance. You can see here, there's no real resistance in the shirt.
Shouldn't be able to touch that easily. And
And the butt's lifting off,
yeah.
doing everything you can to think that you think's going to help.
Lasse Justesen, 2:15 for a 15 kilo personal best for the Danish lifter in the under 120s. Oh, great lift.
Yeah, that looked really solid. Yeah, he's pretty excited about that.
Still had to wait for the white lights to show as if he couldn't really believe he'd done that. But yes, you have.
That was
And
a
now
great
it's
lift.
Dmitry Vovchuk from Ukraine in the 120 plus. He's taking 2:27.5 for a 10 kilo personal best. Been very impressed with this lifting today.
He's doing really well. Being quite consistent, getting out, doing his job.
Your personal best attempt for Dmitro. Bye-bye.
What's going to let him down based on prognosis is his deadlift, because he looks as if he's built to squat and bench.
Yeah, he might be at a little bit of a disadvantage on his deadlift.
Great bench.
That was easy.
Yeah, he's really got that shirt worked out well, hasn't he?
And 2:35 for Lysenko.
Now another Ukrainian lifter. We got 3 in a row. This is Alexei Lysenko, and the big one in a way is the next one, Dolzenko.
Yeah, looking for 250 for
Alexei Lysenko
a second
in
shot.
red.
But this is Lysenko, and he's taking 235 kilos for a 2.5 kilo personal best.
I don't think you can get that shirt collar down much further than that.
Looks good.
Yeah, it was a little bit slow off the chest, but he handled it really well.
3 wide lights. Now Mark Dolzenko.
Yeah, really important lift here. If he misses this, he puts himself right behind the 8 ball.
Because it wasn't just a minor, it was a major miss. And we thought, well, I thought certainly that the collar was too high.
Well, let's see what he does with this one.
Well, maybe slightly lower, but it's not ramped down or anything. And it's the eternal balance between something you can touch in and something that helps you to press the big
Yeah,
weight back
and
up again.
It's not easy to get that right, and it's not unusual in equipped bench to see missing the opener, missing the second, then absolutely smoking the third.
Oh, you were here yesterday. Here we go.
He does touch very high, doesn't he?
Oh, I worry for him, Gary. I really worry for him.
Yeah.
Because that just looks too heavy at the moment, and he's got one more chance.
Yeah, look, I'd be moving that shirt down to the front
Yeah,
collar, maybe,
way down.
maybe another centimetre and a half.
You know, and if you can't get the touch, you can't get the touch, but he's not going to get it back
Yeah.
if it's not ramped down, is he?
And
This is Tashna. Now, we thought he was, well, I thought
Yeah,
he was
look.
pretty much on his limit with his opener. He's gone up 10 kilos. It may well look even better than the opener did.
well, and that's the thing with equipped bench. I mean, there are so many little adjustments and fine tuning you can do with the shirt there. You got your collar and your sleeves that you can move around a little bit. Giving a bit of a instruction on how he wants his lift off, and that can make a huge, huge difference to your lift, especially when you're talking about this sort of weight. You get a hand off in just not quite the right position, it can really throw you.
Or too high and it drops into your hands.
Yeah, that shirt was tighter.
No,
Oh,
it came
he
down,
just
it
can't
came
lock that
down.
left side, though,
I think
can
that's
he?
going to be blues. He got 3 whites.
Well, did it dip because the right side lifted faster than the left, and it looks like it dips on the left side.
192.5 kilos. And this is Luxembourg's national record attempt for the
Yeah, see, one side lifts up faster than the other and gives the illusion of a bar dip.
It is good, and at the end of round 2, Lysenko leads in the under 120s. Dolzenko has still to get a lift in.
Yeah, he's got himself under some pressure there, hasn't he?
Kashner leads in the 120 plus, and Paraj comes out 192.5. As we suggested, this, if successful, will be a new personal best.
Kashner is just unstoppable at the moment, isn't he? If he gets his opening deadlift on.
Oh, that looks good. Looks like an
That
opener.
was a fantastic third
He
leg.
gets a yellow from the referee on the far side from us. I wonder if the butt came up or was it something else?
210 kilos for Simon Krall.
Oh yeah, not for long. Now Simon Krall, 210 kilos. Sorry for being repetitive, but just to remind you, this guy came in with a PB of 167.5 kilos. He's gone 180, 202.5, joined the 200 club, and now 210 on the bar.
Yeah, that was a hard touch, wasn't it?
What a shame. Sorry, no lift.
Well, I'm not sure it'll be the last third round failure, we'll see.
No, I mean, you're pushing to third round here. I mean, yeah, you know, if you've got your lifts on the board, if you've got an open on at least, you're in your third, now you're looking at a 50%. You're going for that one that maybe you've never done before, that magic number that you've been chasing.
That maybe you'll never do again. Now Plaskonis missed 250 in the second round, taking the same weight again.
So currently he's in the bronze medal position for the bench. Of course, Dolchenko still to put a lift on the board.
Yes, whether he gets a bench medal or not will be entirely dependent on what Dolchenko does.
Oh, I think his butt's already come off the bench there anyway.
And that's a no lift. Now Lasse Justinen, and the noise will ramp up as the Danish lifter comes to the platform. He's been good with 200, 215, and now he goes for 220. The 200 matched his incoming PB. The 215 improved it significantly. And now, can he add another 5 kilos?
Yeah, well, I mean, 5 kilos is a pretty minimal jump in equipped bench. It's pretty small.
But he had to really work for the 215.
You know, so I think that 5 kilos is a really good choice.
Yeah. I would say that was almost easier than the second.
That extra 5 kilos made the difference, eh?
I think it's fair to say he's pleased with that one.
He certainly seems rather happy.
Now, Dmitry Vovchuk, 2-3-5 on the bar for the young Ukrainian. He is guaranteed the silver medal in the bench press. As we said, good squats, good bench.
Yep,
He's just got to
just being
work more
consistent.
on the deadlift. But his build is for a bench presser and a squatter, isn't?
Yeah, like he's come out today, he's been consistent across the board. And that's what he just needs to keep doing. Yeah, and he'll find what works for him in deadlift over time.
Oh, great bench. Very, very strong.
Yeah, I can see some big, big numbers coming from him in the future.
3 white lights and a new personal best. Now, Alexei Lysenko, also in the under 120s. He's ranked 1 at the moment, but remember, Dolzenko will come and he will hope to push Lysenko down to second place, irrespective of what Lysenko does here. But look how low Lysenko's shirt is compared with how high Dolzenko's was when he came out. And that's almost where Dolzenko's has to be. And if he doesn't get the touch, he doesn't get the touch.
Yeah, they need to tighten it up a little bit, touch a little bit lower.
Oh, great lift.
Work. Yeah, 3 white lights, he gets that one. And now the ball is in Dolzenko's court.
Well, let's have a look at the shirt as he comes out and see the positioning of it, because he's got to have swallowed a couple of brave pills between the second and third round.
At this point, it comes down to putting the belief and trust in your coach.
Shirt's definitely
Certainly
lower.
Down a lot further.
It is all or nothing, literally. The favourite for the title, if he makes this lift, nobody can beat him.
Yeah, look, this is the point.
If he doesn't, he is out.
Yeah, this is the point in the competition where you've got to switch off and just do exactly what your coach tells you to do. Yeah, look at the touch position. It's different now. Look at that.
Oh.
Different touch position, tighter shirt.
Wow.
Saves his skin. Oh,
No!
2 red lights.
He gets a yellow and a blue.
Let's have a look at the replay.
Well, let's see that.
I think the jury might be having a look
The
at this.
yellow will be for butt, and if the butt comes off, the jury won't do anything. Yeah, the butt's up there. I can't see the jury intervening there. I'm not sure about the yellow, but about the blue. I was looking for the yellow, and sadly for Dolzenko, we saw it.
Yeah, I think he's let himself out of this competition. They just made those adjustments a little bit too late.
What a shame, because the press in itself was spectacularly good. But Dolzenko has gone, and now Tashner will feel a 300. The jury has overruled Dolzenko.
Well, right now, 300 kilograms on the bar. When Tashner opened, he said he didn't look like he had much more to go. Made his 285 look easy. And 300 is just a little bit too much.
It was a big jump, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a big move, 300. but he's in a position where he's able to try that, isn't he?
The previous lift is good length. The Ukrainian lift is a good length.
And just to
It's
confirm
really easy,
that
sir.
Dolzhenko's no lift
Okay,
has been overturned by the jury. It is a good lift. He is still in the competition. He is one deadlift away from being the European champion when, for all intents and purposes, he was out. Join us in 9 minutes' time for the deadlift. and welcome back to Tisted in Denmark for the 2023 European Equipped Powerlifting Championships. We are in the last session of junior lifting at these championships. We've reached the deadlift stage in the 105 and under and over 120 class, and this, Gary Williams, is where everything will be decided.
Yeah, look, the great thing is everyone's on the board. We're up to the
Just.
deadlifts, just. Nothing more exciting than the deadlifts, though. This is where champions are made and dreams are crushed.
Well, Ralph used to say when he's sitting in your chair, the competition only starts when the bar hits the floor.
That's it. And it's about to get underway now with the 105s.
225 for Varnquist. If you are just joining us, we have two back-to-back flights. The first flight is the 105 class in its entirety, 7 lifters in total. And the second flight is the under and over 120s. There are 4 of each. And well, it's just after 12 o'clock. We've started at 10 and we're already on the deadlifts. So this is going to fly by.
Yeah, it's rolling through fast, and that's really tough for these big guys. Not a lot of recovery time, especially on the deadlift. This deadlift rolls around really fast.
Martin Bak-Thompson, Denmark, 255 kilos. I think we really just let the first round of deadlifts unwind, and then we'll be in a clearer position to tell you who's battling for overall podium.
Yeah, get the openers on the board.
That looked nice and easy.
Yeah, you don't want anything crazy for that opening lift. You want to use that opening lift, be a little bit conservative, judge your fatigue a little bit, know where you're going to go from there.
Now Karso, Denmark. Adamensig Karso, 260 kilos.
And of course, on your screen you can see a lot of the information, the rankings and that. Don't pay too much attention to those until we get into at least the second round of deadlifts.
Oh, that looked good.
Yeah, that's what you want for an opener.
Now Martin Husvar. He was out very early in bench. He's not out very early in the deadlift.
Yeah, he's certainly got a solid deadlift, opening at 280. Well beneath his best lift of 300.
Yeah, going to be very close for silver in the deadlift based upon openers. He's opening on 280. The next two are on 282 and a half.
Yeah, this will all come down to, you know, the jumps they take and who's able to take those bigger jumps. You know, energy conservation, energy management's really important in these competitions with such quick turnarounds.
Look good.
Yeah, that moved well with plenty of room to move.
Good lift. 22.5 bar is loaded. Paul Benaru, Romania.
Now Paul Benaru, Romania,
Yeah, he's been strong.
282.5. Looks good.
Yeah, no messing around with that.
Same weight in the bar, which the platform crew will love. And the next up
Good lift.
is
Dimitro
Dimitro Rozansky.
Yeah, I guess the deadlift is also probably the most taxing on the platform crew as well.
Good again.
Good lift. 300 kilos.
Now, finally, in the first round, it's Knut Einar Skar from Norway, and he's going 300 kilos.
Yeah, and that's another well-chosen opening that's well below what he's capable of.
Yeah, as you saw on the screen, the PB is 322.5, but he effectively needs this to be the European champion.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
why push it when you don't have to?
You know, he has to put one on the board here. He's already got one hand on the gold medal.
Yeah, I'll go so far as to say this is for the European title.
Yeah, I think if he puts this on the board, he's just too far out in front for anyone to really threaten.
And he puts it on the board. Was
Yeah.
there really ever any doubt? 3 wide lines.
Yeah, that was a really convincing opening lift. And basically sending a message to the rest of the field saying don't even bother.
Yeah. And I think now we can focus on the battle for the silver medal overall and for the deadlift silver.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the prognosis there, it's really close.
It is.
And even in the subtotals, there's not a whole lot in that bronze and silver.
So this is Varnquist. 240 kilos. He opened 2.5 kilos below his personal best. This is to go 12.5 kilos above it.
And I think this will absolutely destroy his previous total personal best.
Well, it was 7:15.
Well, that puts him
It's
to
now
770, I think.
That's amazing. And he has a lift to go.
And remember, I mean, total PBs are a really important part of your powerlifting career. And quite often, that's the number you're really trying to beat.
He'll want to see an 8 at the start of his total at some point. Not today probably, but based on today's performance, it won't be too far away. Now Martin Bach-Thompson, 267.5. He's in second place overall. If he he's on 837.5. If he makes this, he goes to 850.
Yeah, but
But
he's
well,
really
we'll
going to
call
have to defend that position, isn't he?
Yes, yeah.
He's in a good position, though. He's too far away from gold medal.
And he's also lighter than the Romanian. Easy.
Yeah, good lift. Yeah, he's going to hold on to that silver medal position. He's not going to let anyone take it away from him.
Now Adam Insigkarsu, 275 for a 5 kilo personal best.
This will take him up to a personal best total as well with this lift.
Just outside the medals, both deadlift and total. But if he can PB, and his total PB was 780 coming in. This is for 792, perhaps within touching distance of 800 in the third.
Yeah, I think he's right within distance of 800 there. I think he has a convincing second lift here. I think he'll total 800.
Nope.
Ooh, and that was just a bit tough on the grip. You could see his grip was starting to give way there when he put it down.
Well, the first fail we've had in deadlifts in this flight won't be the last, as they all battle and really push themselves to the limit. And Martin Hozva, Slovakia, takes 297.5, only 2.5 kilos below his personal best.
Yeah, look, and that failed lift there gives Hozva the opportunity to improve his overall ranking a little bit as well. This could push him up to 5th in the overall rankings.
And into silver medal position in deadlift, with lifters to follow, of course, that could push him back down to 4th. But not everyone. Masters 1. Oh yeah.
And that is one man that fatigue doesn't seem to be taking a toll on. He looks as fresh as he did when he started.
Now, final lift in second round in the first flight is Knut Einar Skar from Norway. He's upping it to 320 kilos. Remember, he was very conservative with his opener. He just needed one lift to be European champion.
Yeah,
he's now going within 2.5 kilos of his personal best.
And I just noticed that this will put him at about 70 kilos ahead of his previous best total.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
That is a huge, huge improvement.
I think it was done at a lower body weight, but it's still a huge improvement.
This will bring him to 932. That's a huge total.
With a lift to go. And it was 865.
Oh, he just managed to get the down command and put it down before his left right hand.
I didn't think it was locked out, and neither did the referees.
Referees have said it's not either.
Just watch the lockout again. I didn't think he'd got the shoulders back.
Yeah, he was never really convincingly locked out.
Now David Varnquist in the third round. Another 7.5 kilos on the bar. This would give him 785. His total PB was 715.
Huge change in improvement.
Well, that's a 70 kilo. Even I can work out the maths there. If he makes a 70 kilo improvement on his total PB.
This lift will push his ranking up overall as well. Oh, look at that.
Now that's what you call properly locked out.
Yeah, really convinced and showed the referees I'm locked out. So he temporarily rolls up into 5th position overall, which is a great improvement on rankings.
272.5 for him. Garso,
Martin Bach Thompson,
he has the second place.
272.5. He is in silver medal position overall. He's 20 kilos ahead.
So Martin Thompson. Bars loaded. Important list.
And if he can make this extra 5 kilos, I think he's pretty much guaranteed silver medal overall, unless Romania are just playing games.
Yeah, I mean, Romania's in a good position. They can change their deadlift and challenge for that silver medal. And all you can do is your best job and sit back and wait.
My only criticism is that
Yeah,
looked like an
probably,
opener, and if he loses
maybe
it by 2.5
would have been a
kilos,
better choice. Well, let's see if there is
it
an
was a
attempt
fantastic
change.
lift.
Okay, Garso now 275.
But he could have done more.
And then Bernardo
Now, Adam Ensekarso from Denmark
to attempts consistency opener.
will take 275. He missed it last time. If you remember, I think it was the left hand.
Yeah,
He
just
just
couldn't
couldn't
hold it.
hold it. It will be a PB by 5 kilos if he makes it. But he's outside of the medals in both deadlift and total.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if he stays with the overhand hook grip or changes to a mixed grip.
Just taking his time, getting everything right mentally and physically.
It's not going to go today.
No.
No, it was too heavy. So
And
Not
as you're
today.
saying, it's energy, isn't it? The second attempt at the same weight, or the first attempt at that weight,
Yeah.
was better.
after Husvar's lift
Yeah, it's very, very difficult in these short turnarounds.
Martin Husvar is next, and he is attempting 300 to equal his personal best, and this will put him into the lead in deadlift.
Bars loaded. Martin Husvar,
Yeah, if he can
Slovakia.
put this on the board, he's got a really good chance of
Let's go.
going home with a medal in the deadlift.
Aiming into medals in deadlifts with this weight.
Could even be gold. This for a chance of the gold.
Oh, it's a hard job. He's getting it there, though.
Oh,
He's
what
got it.
a fight!
What do the referees
Give
think?
it to him for the fight alone.
He does.
Wow,
He gets a 3 white lights.
fantastic.
That is the perfect demonstration of giving it everything you've got.
Openers and then 205 kilos for Paul Bernardo. Ochansky started ready.
Now, Beanario from Romania, 305 kilos on the bar. He's having a shot at deadlift gold. He's
So it's a low probability lift for his third.
so possibly this for gold. Definitely this to move
has
into
the silver.
gold medal position with only one lifter to follow.
Also, new personal best.
And he has
Let's
looked
go,
good.
Dimitro.
All 3 lifts have looked great.
Yes.
Oh wow!
And the third looked just as good, didn't it?
Absolutely smashed it. 3 white lights. And all that stands between him and deadlift gold is Knut Einar Skar with an attempt at 320 that he has already missed once.
Well, and Scar is already the European champion.
Will he be deadlift gold medalist as well? Or will he have to settle for bronze in the deadlift? because that is now what this lift is all about. 2.5 kilos below his personal best if he wants deadlift gold. He took the gold in squat. He took the gold in bench press. He's taken the gold overall, and this is for the full house.
It is the most fired up I've seen him for the whole competition today. He wants the clean sweep.
Oh, he's done it, I think.
I'm going to wait for the referees there.
2-1. He got a blue from the center referee, which would suggest soft knees are resting on the thighs. I honestly didn't see the resting. No, I think, oh yeah, the right knee sort of came undone. And we are into the second flight. Just to summarize, what have we got? We got total, well, Scar is the champion. Thompson takes the silver. Bayanariu from Romania takes the bronze. We are into the final flight of junior competition. The final flight in the shortest day I have ever known in all the time I've been covering powerlifting. Not that we're complaining. And the open competition gets underway tomorrow.
What a great way to finish today, though, with the 120s and the 120 pluses.
Now this is Bob Chuck coming out with 220 in the 120 plus. Top left hand corner of the graphic, it tells you the weight class, if we ever forget to say whether it's under or over. 4 in the unders, 4 in the overs. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no problems with that at all. Gets that one on the board and locks away a total.
Now we move to the under 120s for Oleksiy Lysenko from Ukraine, 235 kilos on the bar. 3 Ukraine lifters in this flight, 2 in the under 120s, 1 in the overs. So this is Lysenko. He will battle with Justesen from Denmark right to the final deadlift for the silver medal. That looked convincing.
Yeah, no problems with that.
Now Plaskonis still in the under 120s, 250.
Also Tomchenko, get ready for your opening attempt. Paris Loditz, Dominic Plaskonis, Slovakia.
Get these opening lifts on, get an idea of how much fast turnaround is affecting these guys.
I think it's affecting the commentators.
There's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah, literally we're watching a replay and you tear yourself away from the screen and the next guy's on the platform. And that looks good from Plaskonis. 3 white lights.
Same weight for Lasse Justesen.
Now Justesen from Denmark. Second place on total is Lysenko on 800, and if Justesen makes this opener, he is on 800 as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle for the silver.
Yeah, I'm ignoring Dolzenko. I'm assuming he gets his opener, and if he is, he's away from the field. But this is effectively to tie for silver medal position with 2 deadlifts to go. Easy. Oh, this is going to go to the wire. And a Dane is involved, so it's going to get noisy.
Yeah,
yeah.
lighter. By a long
no,
shot.
No. Lysenko is lighter than Justesen.
Oh, yep.
It's confusing when there's two Ukrainians in the
Keeps jumping around.
flight. Yeah. So this is Dolzenko. Well, we thought we had lost him. We really did on the bench until a jury
it was
overruled.
touch and go there.
And he is now one deadlift away from being the European champion. Because if he makes this, he's going to go to 880 kilos and nobody is going to get near him.
How much have those failed benches taken out of his energy though? Apparently nothing at all.
3 white lights. 3 lifts to go in the first round. Next up is Philip Parage, Luxembourg, 275 kilos.
He's been strong today, hasn't he?
Certainly has. And his third bench looked as good as his opener. Just goes through his pre-lift ritual. Looks good.
Yeah, he's looking pretty fresh actually.
And 3 white lights. Now Simon Kral, Czechia in the 120 plus. There's 2 lifts to go in the first round. The 2 really big men are the last 2 out.
Absolute giants. He stands it up fast, doesn't he? He's got a really odd style.
Yeah, didn't like the lockout. Neither did. Well, it was he got a yellow, which wouldn't have been to do with lockout. It just seemed awkward, didn't it?
Yeah, he's just got a really awkward style.
I think probably because the grip is so wide, but it's a good lift. Now finally Tashner. The jury has overruled that last lift. I didn't want to be unkind to the lifter, but it just didn't look right somehow. So this is Tashner. 325 kilos. This would take him to 995 total. This would make him the European champion. And it would get him within 5 kilos of his PB of 1,000.
Yeah, this is the lift we want to watch. Let's see how fatigued he is.
Again, look how wide the grip is.
Let's see how fast this moves. Oh, it moved pretty quick, didn't it?
Easy.
Yeah, it moved fast.
3 white lights, and there is your European champion.
Yeah, he is
120 plus.
Today.
Well, I think the European titles have been decided. Dolzenko in the under 120s and Tashner in the overs, but lots of battles.
Yeah, now it comes down to silver and bronze, and they are close in both these classes.
We'll just call them one lift at a time. 120 plus, this is Vovchok. Up to 235 for his second.
So the man that was never really built for deadlifting is currently ranked 3rd in the deadlift. Yeah, he's ranked 3rd overall.
Yeah, Kral could change that though, maybe when he comes back for his second attempt. But this is about the now, and that's a great deadlift again.
Yeah, he is strong. And that deadlift is going to catch up to the rest of his lifts very soon.
Yeah.
And he is going to be unstoppable.
Now Alexei Lysenko,
Bars loaded for
247.5.
Ukraine.
Still nowhere near his PB. And this is the battle for overall silver between Lysenko and Justison.
Yeah, if he misses this, I think he closes the door on a silver medal and hands it over.
No,
But
he
he's
gets
got it.
And now Justison will come with a lift of 265 to go past the young Ukrainian by 2.5
Yeah.
kilos, because of course Justison is heavier. If they finish with the same,
Look, and I think this
Lysenko
is
wins.
the same situation. If he doesn't get this lift, he closes the door on his silver medal and has to settle for bronze. Every kilo counts here.
If he makes this, it goes down to the wire in the third round. And again, will someone be too conservative or will someone be too brave?
Yeah, well, if he misses this one, he kicks open the barn door and lets the horses out, doesn't he?
But if not, he takes a lead with one deadlift to go of 2.5 kilos.
No pressure. Well,
Looks
that
good.
was convincing, that was.
I would expect a bit more noise before and after that one.
I mean, realistically, what he just said was then if you want the silver medal, you're going to have to work for it.
Philip Parage, 285 in the 120 plus.
Had a pretty good day today, only dropped that one squat in the middle there.
Yeah. Second in deadlift, second in total. But remember, Kral is still to register a valid deadlift. The jury overruled his first. But this will guarantee a medal.
And brings him up to a personal best total as well.
Same pre-lift ritual. That will have been done thousands of times in the gym in readiness for moments such as this. That looks
There's
good.
lots more in the tank, which is great.
3 wide lights. Now this is Simon Kral. Missed his opener. This is to move into third place in deadlift, behind Farage on body weight.
Yeah, he needs this. It was a better setup this time.
Much better.
Yeah, even his setup was better that time.
3 wide lights. Now back to the unders for the final 2 lifts in the second round. Plascones has this lift, having jumped 37.5 kilos to move into the lead in deadlift, with one lifter to follow.
That'll solidify at least a silver medal in the deadlifts and temporarily put him into gold.
And within 12.5 kilos of third overall. And he's got it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot more to add to that,
No.
though.
But it's 3 wide lights. And this is Dolzhenko. 290 kilos for the young Ukrainian in the under 120s.
He gave us all a scare earlier.
This takes him to 900. His PB is 912.5. He's already the European champion.
Yeah, can't be beaten. Well
Can
out
he
in
get
front.
the deadlift gold as well? He's got the squat gold, he's got the bench gold, just. And this to put one hand on the deadlift gold as well.
Tough
good.
lockout, wasn't it?
It was. But 3 wide lights.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be going much more than 295 for a
No.
third.
Now this is Tashner. He's jumped 25 kilos to 350. This is going to give him 1,020 total with 1 lift remaining. He's already got the deadlift gold to go with all the other golds.
Yeah, he's had an outstanding day today. He's so strong.
But this is not for a deadlift PB, but it is for a total PB. Currently 1,000, which in itself is
It's
amazing.
enormous.
This is for 1,020.
Now the bar is loaded.
And he's only 21. I think it's going to be a case of remember the name.
Yeah, don't forget that name and face, because he is going to make his mark in the world of powerlifting. I think he's already making his mark pretty much here. Sending a message to the Opens. In a couple of years I'm going to be there chasing after you.
He's just impressive.
Look at that.
He's just impressive.
That takes him to 1,020 total. Let's see what he puts in.
I
for
think
his
someone
third.
needs to tell him that Gary Williams predicted 1,050.
I said 1050, so you need to put you need to put 370 on there.
And well, with 1 round to go, only deadlift silvers have to be decided. That is the quickest summary I can give you. And we will call the lifts one by one as they come out for the final round of lifts in this year's European Junior Championships. Vovchok is first. He's taking 2, 4, 5. He can't contend for a medal.
No, he's
Parage's opener has put an end to that. But this is a big PB.
He's done a fantastic job today, though.
This for a 25 kilo total PB.
Oh, he's working hard.
Oh, great fight. Great fight.
Do they give it to him?
No.
No, not
All
today.
called it for hitching, I think. Resting on the thighs.
He's had a fantastic day, and can't wait to see him over the coming years as that deadlift just grows and grows and grows.
But a great competition. Now this is Lysenko. And this will put him from 3rd to 2nd place overall, ahead of Justesen from Denmark, who will follow him. If he doesn't make this, Justesen is the silver medalist overall. If he does make this, Justesen has to go to the well one more time.
He has to pull. He'll have to pull 280.
No.
Man, Justesen is safe.
Now this is Justesen 280. He doesn't need it now.
Yeah, he's safe. He's putting in a temp change by the look of it. I think he's going to drop that.
Yep.
I'm just
We'll wait
watching
and
the
see what
screen
it
to
is.
see. It is dropped to 272.
272.5.
Yeah, he didn't need the 280. The 280 was there to ensure that he got to pull 2nd.
And the spotters say, thanks very much for making us take off a red and put on a blue. Just what we need. But don't worry, guys, in 6 lifts time, you'll be able to rest for the rest of the day. Again, what a fantastic job they've done.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding.
During the 3 days of competition so far.
Saw one of the guys outside earlier and made sure I told them what an amazing job they're doing, because they make this sport what it is.
the invisible heroes.
You know, as a lifter, to be able to walk out there with a squat, knowing no matter what happens, I'm safe.
Well, this is the silver medalist overall. He won't be able to improve on his deadlift position because Plascones already has 287.5. Great lift. And a great series of lifts for the Dane in his home country.
Shown some real strength, hasn't he?
Now Plascones is going 292.5 in the under 120s. He's outside the podium overall, that won't change, but this will put him into the lead in deadlift. But Dolzhenko has put in what I think is a placeholder. I don't think he's got another 20.
I mean, 310, he doesn't need that. This is really to ensure I get to pull last.
Yeah.
Yeah, 310 would be a big, big push. But champions do some pretty incredible things. Oh, it's still moving, it's speeding up a bit. Just couldn't quite get there.
So close.
Well, he can hold his head high, he gave it everything.
Well, Philippe Parage is second in deadlift. He is the silver medalist.
Yep.
And he will get the bronze overall. This is just about PBs. They will give him 810, which is his PB coming in was 800. 295 will give him a 2.5 kilo deadlift PB. So it won't change positions, won't change medals, but it will up personal performance levels. 22 years old now, Philip. Another year as a junior next year.
Oh, I think the bar's dipped there.
Yeah, I think he's going to get blues.
He did well getting it to the top, but I don't think he's going to get it, no.
Blues and yellows, and he smiles as if to say, I wondered if they'd notice. Of course they noticed.
Well, at least he didn't shake his head and
No.
tell them to give him a red light.
True. And there are 3 more lifts in junior competition. This is Simon Kral, Czechia. He's taking 295 kilos. Still below his personal best in deadlift, but it will give him a massive PB in total. Was 792.5. This will give him 827.5. Looks good.
Yeah, I think he's there.
He's got to take that bar so far up, hasn't he?
It's a long way to shift, isn't it?
And it's 3 wide lights. And this is Mark Dolzhenko. And I wonder, will he change it down? No, he doesn't seem to be changing it.
I can't see anyone over at the box, so it looks like he's staying with 310.
Well,
It'll be a
it's
big
going to be
pull.
one heck of a pull if he makes this based on the 290. But again, it's a 7.5 total PB if he makes it.
Yeah, look, this is a big personal best pull for him. Pulling for a personal best dead, pulling for a personal best total. He's risking nothing to have a pull at this.
Yeah, he's already the
European
gold
champion.
medalist. He's already the gold medalist in deadlift and the European champion, so why not? Mark Dolzhenko, 310. No, I guess we kind of figured that based on the 290.
So the low weight, too much here.
And then there was one
We have a gentleman called
365 kilos on the bar for Moritz Taschner.
Well, this will give him a 10.35 total. I call 10.50. That's pretty close.
It is, I'll give you that.
I'm going to take that.
That's his new personal best with 7.5 kilos.
More importantly, I think he'll take that.
Look, I'll go at the back later and tell him that he should have done this, but I do that, but I've seen how big he is. And he makes me look small.
And there's not many people that big.
Here he
Final
comes. Here he
lift
comes.
of junior competition.
It's the most fired up I've seen him for the whole competition.
All 150.13 junior kilos of Moritz Taschner comes onto the platform looking for a huge total of 1,035 kilos with a 365 deadlift.
Has he got it in him? It's
Well,
a
it wouldn't
huge
be out of
lift.
place in the World Open.
Oh, look at the strength.
No!
Oh, he couldn't hold it at the top.
Just couldn't hold on at
Just
the top.
couldn't hang on. What a finish, though.
What
a champion.
performance.
He's the European champion today.
Absolute champion.
And he also made his personal.
And I wouldn't say anything to the German coach either because he's just made Taschner look small. Well, what a great morning of competition we've had, Gary. Let's summarise very quickly before we go any further. The gold medalist in the 105s is Knut Einar Skar from Norway with 932.5. Silver medalist from Denmark is Martin Bach Thompson with 855. Bronze medalist from Romania, Paul Beanariu with 830 kilos. In the under 120s, Dolzhenko from Ukraine takes the gold with 900 kilos. He is the champion. Justisen from Denmark is the silver with 822.5. Lysenko, also from Ukraine, takes the bronze with 812.5. And in the 120 plus, Moritz Taschner, that we have never seen before, but I'm sure we're going to see lots of in the future, takes the gold with an amazing total of 1,020 kilos. Kral takes the silver, 827.5 kilos. Philip Parage from Luxembourg takes the bronze, 802.5 kilos. Well, Gary, this was your first European junior competition. What have your overall impressions of the championship been?
Look, if the rest of the week is even half as exciting as it's been so far, it's going to be emotionally exhausting. It's been absolutely fantastic. You know, I couldn't think of a better way, and we've got so much more to come this week. You know, tomorrow, that's the last session for today. Tomorrow we have the women's open from 47s, the 52s and the 57s, and the men's opens 59s, 66s, 74s, up into the 83s as well. So that's going to be a really exciting day. Some great weight classes, some great battles in there as well.
But the juniors have impressed.
It has been absolutely fantastic. Don't go too far away.
No, it's the victory ceremony now, but we'll leave you from the commentary booth. So until tomorrow at 10 o'clock local time, when we start the open competition, it's bye for now.
kilogram categories. Deadlift Denmark 2023. And the medals will be given by EPF President Arne Wallström and IPF President Carsten Barras and the lovely lady whose name I haven't received. I will tell you all later. So now we will first give the participation medals to every lifter. As a memory, they have been here. So the lovely lady here is Julie Jakobsen. From sports events in Denmark. So we will start with the 105 kilo lifters. And we will start with squat medals. And the bronze medal in squat goes to Adam Garso from Denmark. 117.5 kilo. Silver medal in squat goes to Martin Thomsen, also from Denmark. 345 kilo. And the gold medal in squat goes to Knut Skar from Norway. 362.5 kilo squat. Thank you, gentlemen. Then we have the bench press medals. Bronze medal goes to Paul Bernariu, Romania, with 247.5 kilo best weight. Silver medal to Martin Thomsen, Denmark, with same 247.5 but lighter on body weight than 4. Gold medal in bench press goes to Knut Skar from Norway with 250 kilos best weight. It was very even today. Thank you, gentlemen. Then we have the deadlift medals. Bronze medal goes to Martin Husvar, Slovakia, with 300 kilo best weight. Silver medal goes to Dmitry Rochansky, Ukraine, with 305 kilo best weight. And the deadlift gold medal goes to Knut Skar, Norway, with 320 kilos best weight. Thank you, gentlemen. And medals in total. Bronze medalist is total 813 kilos. Silver medalist is Martin Thomsen from Denmark with 855 kilos total. Gold medalist, European champion is Norskar from Norway with 932.5 kilos total. Please stand up for the national anthem of Norway. Then we have 120 kilo category. Squat medals. Bronze medal goes to Oleksiy Lysenko from Ukraine with 320 kilo best weight. Silver medal goes to Lasse Justesen, Denmark with 330 kilo best weight. And the gold medalist in squat is Mark Dolchenko from Ukraine with 360 kilos best weight. Thank you, gentlemen. Then bench press medals. Bronze medal goes to Lasse Justesen, Denmark, with 220 kilo best weight. Silver medal goes to Oleksiy Lysenko from Ukraine, with 235 kilo best weight. And the gold medalist in bench press is Mark Dolchenko from Ukraine with 250 kilos best weight. Thank you, gentlemen. Then we have the deadlift medals. Bronze medal goes to Lasse Justesen, Denmark. 272.5 kilos best weight. Silver medal goes to Dominik Plaskonis, Slovakia, with 287.5 kilos best weight. And the deadlift gold medal goes to Mark Dolchenko from Ukraine with 290 kilos best weight. Thank you, gentlemen. Bronze medalist here in this set is Oleksiy Lysenko from Ukraine. 812.5 kilos total. The silver medalist is Lasse Justesen, Mexico. From Ukraine, 900 kilos total. Please stand up for national anthem of Ukraine. Congratulations. Then we have 120 kilo plus category. First, the squat medals. Bronze medal goes to Philippe Paras from Luxembourg with 325 kilos best weight. Silver medal goes to Simon Kral from Czech Republic with 330 kilos best weight. And the gold medalist in squat is Moritz Kachner from Germany with 385 kilos best weight. Thank you, gentlemen. Then we have the bench press medals. Bronze medal goes to Simon Kral, Czech Republic, 202.5 kilo best weight. Silver medal goes to Dmytro Volchok, Ukraine, 235 kilos best weight. And the bench press gold medal goes to Moritz Kachner from Germany, with 285 kilos best weight. Thank you, gentlemen. Then we have the deadlift medals. Bronze medal goes to Philippe Paras from Luxembourg with 285 kilos best weight. And there is the father giving his the medal. Then we have silver medal in deadlift. It goes to Simon Kral from Czech Republic with 295 kilos best weight. And deadlift gold medalist is Moritz Kachner from Germany with 350 kilos, amazing deadlift. Thank you, gentlemen. Then in total, bronze medalist is Philippe is Simon Krav from Czech Republic with 827 kilo. And the gold medalist, European champion, is Moritz Stotzner from Germany with amazing 1,020 kilos total. Please stand up for National Anthem of Germany.